PowerPoint.
So you had to do a PowerPoint.
Okay, so yeah, we had 2 very full weeks, both with STVP activities and with many other meetings that we were able to organize during the free time. So I think the free time sessions were really, really useful so that we could kind of set up meetings with people who are professional in our fields that may be elsewhere in Stanford and not necessarily part of STVP. So our project was very specific since we were trying to figure out a way to improve women's participation in entrepreneurship. I think that the main thing that these 2 weeks have helped our project, or in the way that it has helped our project, was to add structure to what we were doing. So I think the first thing that we did that was very useful was just to define the focus of our project. So there are plenty of obstacles that women face when they're starting an entrepreneurial endeavor, and we wanted to understand which were the most important obstacles, which ones were the ones we should address first. And I think that the lack of confidence that women face kind of is a good way of summarizing all the other attitudes that sometimes women entrepreneurs are doing, such as risk aversion. So you're going to be more risk averse if you lack confidence, etc. So I think that's probably the first thing that we want to tackle when we go back to Paris and we're going to implement our program. I think we got also a much better understanding of the value added of our university with this respect. So, for instance, we have 30% of our startups that have at least one female student that's part of it, which is 3 times more than what we have, what is going on here in the Silicon Valley. So trying to understand how did we get to this 30%, seeing that our university actually has great assets that we can develop on. So understanding that, I think, has been very useful for us. So that was more the focus of our project. The second part that has been very useful was that it enabled us to set our goals. So now we have pretty much agreed that what we want to do is try to reach 50% of the startups in the incubator that have at least one female co-founder. So we'll see in which horizon we actually set that goal, but that is the goal we've decided to set. The other goal that we're trying to set is that, so most of our students start from their first year undergraduate until their second year of master's degree. So they're 5 years at our university, which is a pretty long time span to actually do interventions starting from the first year to the 5th year. So that's going to help them develop this entrepreneurial spirit. So thinking about ways to use those 5 years fully to develop that spirit, I think, has been very useful. And seeing what the spirit is like here, which is the epicenter of entrepreneurship, was very useful for us. In terms of the project in itself, so we are developing 2 different aspects to it. I think we want to do more research than what we probably initially expected, since we hope to be at the forefront of having more women entering entrepreneurship. We have plenty of material to run great experiments. And so to measure actually how effective the programs we're going to be implementing are going to be, and so that will be useful for other universities. And then the other part is developing our pedagogy, and so for this STVP has been very useful. So we're really grateful to Tom, who shared a lot of his material with us. I think that's going to be very useful. And same thing, try to think about more structured courses for undergraduate students to more practical courses for master's students, so that when they actually do enter the incubator, that they're better prepared, and that we kind of have managed to deal with these barriers. And ultimately, we hope that what we're going to develop for our female students is going to be useful also for all students of our universities. So yes, thank you very much.
Sounds like a very productive 2 weeks. Does anyone have any questions?